Hi everybody, this is Robert at Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we're going to show you how to resize your headshot to be exactly 360 by 360 pixels for the KW Command marketing profile. It recommends exactly those dimensions, 360 by 360, because it's going to be displaying your headshot as a square on any of the marketing materials that it automatically populates it into. So if you upload your headshot and it's either too wide or too tall, it's actually going to squish it either vertically or horizontally, and you'll look a little bit funny on those marketing materials if your headshot isn't perfectly square. So we're going to show you really quickly how to change it to be perfectly square. Now, one thing to point out before we get started is that this is a follow along video. You're going to click where I click, you're going to do what I do. And if I move too quickly for you, the magic of using video is you can actually let me do the action, pause the video, you perform the action, and then you can start the video again and follow along and pause it as often as you need to. That's why we like these videos, because you can move at your own pace. You do not have to try to keep up with me. To get over to the marketing profile where we're going to update this, we're going to go up in the very top right of KW Command, which you log into via agent.kw.com. Up in the very top right, we'll click on your name, and then we'll click on Settings, the second line down. And then over on the left under Connect Settings, we're going to click on Marketing Profile. And then in here is where it asks you to update your picture, this upload button right here. So this is where we're going to put in that 360 by 360 pixel image. So let's go make that. So we're going to open a new tab using the little plus sign up here in Chrome. If you're not familiar with that, we're just going to do Control T, or if you're on a Mac, Command T. That's the universal command for opening a new tab. Then we're going to go to pixlr.com. That's P as in Paul, I, X as in X-ray, LR.com. And then on the home page here, we are going to click the button that says Try Pixlr X. We're going to use the new version. The original Pixlr editor runs on Flash, and actually Flash is being discontinued soon. So we want to use the new Pixlr X that uses a new interface. Once we're on the Pixlr homepage, we're going to go down to the bottom and do Open Image here. And you're going to browse your computer for wherever your headshot is. I've got my headshot right here in my Downloads folder, so I'll open that. Once we've opened that up, over on the left, we're going to click on the crop icon. If you ever see these two L brackets here where they're crossing each other, that's the universal symbol for crop. So we'll click on the crop, and it's going to pop that tool out from the left. And we're going to come down here and click on where it says Select Aspect. It's going to give us a couple of options here to choose from. We want this 1:1. Square is 1:1. That's the same thing on both sides. It's 1:1 aspect ratio. And it's going to come over here by default and do the exact center of your picture. If you click and drag the square around, you can actually move it around where inside the picture. You can even, if your head is maybe a little bit too small for the square that it generates, you can click and drag the corners inward to make it smaller or outward to make it bigger. So if say your head was only filling maybe this part of the screen instead of all of this right here like mine does, we would scale this down right here to only fill our head in that part of the screen. Once you've got your crop figured out where everything that you want to show is inside the square box here, over on the left we're going to click on the Arrange button here. That's this first control just above the crop here. And the first control here is Resize, and we want to resize the image. We want to resize everything. So we'll click on that button, and we're going to change the width to 360, and it's going to automatically change the height to 360 if Constrain Proportions is turned on. If this is off, you can have different numbers in each of these boxes, but we want to make sure this is completely square, so we'll leave Constrain Proportions on and make sure both boxes have the same number. Then we'll click Apply. And now it's going to resize my square headshot here down to 360 by 360. Then we'll click on Save down here in the bottom right. And it's going to ask me what I want to name it, what file type I want to use, and what quality. We can leave it as the same name if we want to. We can change it to a JPEG or a PNG. Command will accept either one. And then we recommend just using high quality. But I'm just going to change this to my headshot edited. Something like that. And then we'll save it down here at the bottom right. So now that's been saved to my Downloads folder. So if I come back to my settings here in KW Command, for my photo here, I can click Upload, and then upload that edited version of my headshot, and now it fits perfectly in that circle because it's now square format. And then you can continue filling out the rest of your profile here and then click Save down at the very bottom. That's how you can resize your picture to be exactly 360 by 360 pixels for your KW Command marketing profile. If you have additional questions about this, feel free to send us an email at support@scottleroymarketing.com.